Hello everyone, and hope everyone is doing well. So the today's topic is what is accounting and why do we need accounting? So let's say there's a person who plans to do a business of X, okay? Yeah. So for that purpose, he thinks of investing, let's say he will make the investment of 1,000 and he bought some eggs for $50 and he made sale of 700. He needed a counter till, so that was he got for 75. Cash he's holding is around 650, and during the period of his business he got some electricity bill that would be 400, and he has hired a helper, so he's paying him salaries of 50. Okay, nice and simple. Okay, so we ask him few questions that brother, you're doing a business and can you tell us how is it going? What is the profit you are making? Okay, so he tells us that okay, so I made a sale of, let's say, 700, and the purchase I bought those eggs was for 450, and so I made a profit of 250. But we further add that what about the salaries you are paying? Won't you include in this one? Or the electricity bill you are paying? This should be also minus from the profit, right, of 250. So yes, it would be this as well, 150, and that leaves us with 100. Okay, so basically the point is that with such format it can be confusing. It's not only for that person, it can be for us, for anyone. Especially think of an example of big companies, right? So imagine the scale of their transactions. They are going in millions. So they need to keep everything proper and they need to keep everything in order. And for example, not just this, you have to assess how is your profit going, how is profit going to be, and what else? Like, what are your assets and what are your liabilities? And there can be multiple questions about the business. With such formats, with unorganized, unstructured data, it can be confusing, and that's totally fine. But exactly there, that is where accounting comes in. So accounting tells us that I'm going to help you. I have written down. Yeah. So accounting tells us that I am going to tell you how to record the transaction. How how are you going to record all these transactions in a way that if you follow my principles, it will help you give structured reports. So you're going to have a very structured report that, for example, it's very easy to assess how is the profit going, whether you are making a profit or whether you're making a loss, how it's going to be in future, and what do you think? With you cannot just assume that your business is going fine. You cannot assume that you know how it's going to be. There needs to be proper justification. There needs to be proper numerical justification. So while you follow the accounting through its principles, it's going to give you structured reports and it will make you easier to assess your business, the position of your business, how it's going to be. All right. And also, accounting tells us that if you follow my principles, then I have some analysis tools as well. So you can use that and assess the performance of your business more properly. For example, whether you're making a profit or whether you're making a loss, maybe you should continue the business or not, or maybe what are the areas of your business that you need to look into, any expense that you can avoid, or any other, for example, whatever the case is, right? A business has many options, it can go many ways. How to plan for your business basically. So it will help us with the analysis tools and then legal compliance. Not going into detail, but every one of us have heard names of something like audits, tax filing, Okay, such as these things. So, following the accounting principles, we are able to we are it's easy to comply for the audits, easier to comply for the tax filing. And the other one is because not only you, when other businesses are also following the same accounting principles, it gets easier for the comparability purpose. For example, you have business of business A, and then there's another business following the same accounting principles. So you both can compare how well you both are doing. You can look at at your competitor. For example, B is A's competitor, so you can look into how the business is going. And so the analysis is more better, you can plan better. So these are the very basic. I've tried to lay down what are the benefits of the accounting and why do you need exactly accounting. So I hope you understood. And in further videos, so we will be going into depth, but for now the main purpose of accounting is it helps us record the transactions. It guides us how to record the transaction, and then it gives us structured reports through following those principles. Then we can perform better analysis. We can comply. We can have the legal compliance, for example tax and audits, like I said. And then comparability, you can compare your business. You can compare your business with the other businesses. So basically, you have whenever you're doing a business, nothing is messier. When your transactions increase, when you're scaling up your business. So accounting provides a structured methodology for a business. So you're more clear, like you have a more precise and clear picture of your business. So that's where accounting comes in. Hope you understood it. And so in future videos, we are going to go in much detail. And thank you for watching the video.